Barbra, and she is telling me about her eviction. Go ahead, Barb. Start telling me about your eviction. Start from the first write-up.
The first write-up was for the backyard where I was going to change dirt in my flower pot, and I rolled off the little piece of concrete. The lady that was cleaning my house ran out with the mop, and she caught me before I went in the ditch. And so she got me back up, and she put the mop on the air conditioner. And so she got me, and she forgot the mop. In the meantime, they had taken a picture of that. And the next day she went out and she had to think where she left the mop. But in the meantime, and within that night and the next morning at 10 o'clock, somebody had taken a picture.
You were written up for this picture right here of your back porch that had while you were cleaning your flower pot, or preparing your flower pots for the new season.
Yes. And there's a lot of other places that had all kinds of stuff on their backyard.
Yeah, you can see that from this picture right here.
And now then it's worse, because now then they have barbecue pits and everything.
Okay, now tell me about your second write-up with the flower.
Okay, my great-granddaughter was about 4, is before she started school, and she put 2 fake Easter lilies out in the front yard so the Easter bunny would know where she's coming, where she's at. And it was there, and Miss Etta Hovis had a big shepherd's hook with 2 great big flower pots hanging from that, and other people had stuff in their yard. But that's all I had in my yard at the time. And they also told me that I had to get my chimes off of the porch, which are very, very light. They're not heavy ones. And the same time that they was telling me to get the 3 chimes that I had on my porch, there was people that had big flower pots hanging from their porch.
What did they tell you to take them down because they were too heavy? Because they were ugly?
I don't know why. They just told me that I'm not supposed to hang anything up there.
Okay, now let's get to the big one, this wheelchair. They wrote you up because you have the wheelchair sitting on your porch.
Yes, because I was bringing it in every winter, but at a lot of times I cannot get the wheelchair in, the scooter in, without help. And I cannot get the scooter out without help. But if I have it on the porch, I can charge it up on the porch, and I can get on it, and I can ride over and get my mail or ride around the subdivision. And we used to, when everybody that's passed now, that we used to walk, and I would ride the scooter, and everybody would walk with their walkers or whatever, and we'd walk around just right around Meadowbrook, and then we'd walk up right here and back down. And it would be fun. We'd all sit at people's houses and everything. But I had my scooter outside, and they never said too much about it. They told me that I'm not supposed to have it out there. But when you close it up, fold it up, and put the green tarp on it, it's not as high as a chair, and you can see how high it is with the fence that's around the front porch. You can see how tall it is, and it's not as big as a chair, and it's not against the windows for a fire hazard, like a lot of people around here's got chairs and tables up against the windows, and that's a fire hazard. But I did not have it up against the window.
Right. So, do you tell me, like, do you like living where you're at?
I love to live here. My apartment is big, nice, and Brenda, when she was manager, she had the old carpet taken out so I could use my wheelchair in it because I am confined to a wheelchair. And that's what I do. And then to go outside with my wheelchair, I can go outside. But at the end of the sidewalks, they go down for the handicapped. I can go down it real easy. I end up going fast, but I can go down it. But I cannot come back up. I cannot get back up the sidewalk with my wheelchair because I have one leg and it's very weak. And that's another reason why I kept my scooter outside. And I told them that if they would give me till after Christmas, I would bring it back into the house. Well, I had a death in the family, and I just forgot it. And I have wrote an apology letter to them over it.
And they're still continuing with the eviction?
I haven't heard nothing.
Well, what was the last time you had communications with them?
On December the 20th, and I called Becky Hodges, and she said that it's out of her hands because I have been in trouble with Maco ever since 2000 and I think she said 7 or 8. I forgot now, but anyway, for the last 4 years I've gotten in trouble with the scooter.
Over it being parked on your front porch?
Yes.
And is that when Becky took over?
No, she took over about maybe a year and a half or 2 years ago. I don't remember exactly when she took over because Brenda died.
And do you have any way to move, any plans to move?
No, I don't. I have been on the phone since the 3rd of January. It's the first time I could even get anybody in the offices because everything was closed for Christmas and New Year's. And I think they did that for a reason, but that's me. And I couldn't get a hold of nobody until the 2nd or 3rd of January. And I have called continuously all kinds of, I've called legal aid, I've called everybody that I even have any idea to call. And I've called places to move to, and they're so expensive and so small, and a lot of them is not wheelchair accessible. But I love this place. I've always loved this place. And this is where all my friends is. This is where I grew up in Patterson. And it's just killing me. It's breaking my heart. And my husband lives out here on Lake Bridge Road. And we see each other and talk to each other. And he's 94. And I'm 76. So we've been here since 89, I guess. 89, I guess. Or before that. I don't know when we moved. But I've never had no trouble with nobody. Only Carolyn Watson.
What kind of troubles have you had with?
She has griped about everything. She just, and I'm not trying to be mean, she just picked on me. Other people has had more stuff. There was a lady that had a whole complete layback chair and stuff all the way around her porch. You had to move it to get into her front door. But she's dead and gone now, so there's a lot of people that's gone, but there's a lot of people here. If you drive through the 25 units, you'll see chairs up against the windows, flower pots out in the yards, everything. But she don't say nothing about that. Just me. She even said one time that on the ride up that I was having a child. I can't have child care here. The only two kids that I've ever had here was my great-granddaughter, which Kai is supposed to be on the contract. Galen Watson was supposed to put that on the contract. And then I've got Brianna Bird, and right now she's 7 and Kaya's 9. And I got a great-grandson that's 3. And that is the only kids. But at the time when they said that no child care here, I just had Kaya. And there was this other lady here that had 2 grandkids, and her son lived with her all the time. But that dear, and Carolyn knew that, but she didn't get wrote up about nothing. And I cannot prove a lot of stuff because everybody has passed or moved. Most of them has passed.
Alright, I think that about wraps it all up, Barb.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to say?
Just don't understand it. Don't understand it. I've never been late on my rent. I've never caused a lot of loud noises, banging or screaming or partying. And other people has their grandkids stay with them. And, but most of them now, Carolyn has got rich people in here, in her clique, the ones that she wants in here, and I'm one that she doesn't want in here because I don't have money, and I am in a wheelchair. There's another guy in a wheelchair. His name is Brian Conway, and he lives down in, I don't know, 5, I think, but anyway, he's in a wheelchair.